Tonight we are going to be talking about our money, my money, your money, our wealth. How do you secure your wealth? How do you prevent the enemies tampering with your wealth? Not just tampering with what you have now, but the future. Whatever we do in life, we look towards the future. The future is bright. So whatever we are doing now is just to secure the future for ourselves and that of our children. So we are going to be talking about our wealth. How do you secure your money? That money that you've made, how do you secure it? You've been working every day. You go to work daily, and at the end of the month you receive your pay. You are a businessman. From time to time you get your profit. A businesswoman, the same. That profit, that gain, how do you secure it? So many of us deposited our money in the bank. Yes, almost everybody, we have our money in the bank and it is secured there, at least to an extent. But we are not talking about the physical securing of our wealth. We are talking about spiritually. How do you secure your money spiritually? That is our main topic for tonight. How do you secure your money? Of course, we all know for you to secure your money, that money has to be in the hands of God. You must be in total control of that money. That's the only way you can secure it, at least for future use. So how do you do this? Is it just by praying alone and asking God to take control? Asking God to be in charge of the money? It's not just all about praying. When you pray about that, you put it into practice. When you pray, call on God to come and secure your wealth, to come and secure your money for you. You put that into practice. Now, how do you put it into practice? It's very simple as ABC. Now, this is what you are to do. When you want to pray over your money, for God to secure your money for you, you must bring out that money as a representative of your wealth, of your finances, of that thing that you want to be in life. You must bring out your money, at least the highest denomination of what you have. In Nigeria, the highest denomination is 1,000 naira. So when you are praying, you can bring out just 1,000 naira. If you want to make it 2, if you want to make it 3, if you want to make it 10, that money to represent your wealth. And then you are going to pray at least for 7 days. You are going to be this money every at least for 7 days. And while you are praying, of course, you are supposed to be mentioning, calling on God to come and take possession of your wealth. Let him be in total control. It is better that that money is in his hands than in your own hands, because you will misuse it if care is not taken. So let God take control. Now, after that prayer, you are supposed to take that money. This time around, not like giving the money to charity, like giving to beggars or whatsoever, no. Or giving somebody the money, no. You are supposed to use that money. It's either you put that money inside an envelope and drop it inside your own church as an offering, or you use that money to buy something that the church needs. There are so many things that churches need whenever they pray. If your church is in need of maybe the fuel to fill the generator, use it to buy that fuel. If your church is in need of candles, if your church makes use of candles whenever they're praying, use it to buy the candle and donate it to the church. Use that money no matter the amount. It doesn't matter, even if it's 500 naira. Use that money to buy anything you feel you want to buy for the church. Or if the money cannot buy anything for the church, donate it. Put it into the offering box. But remember, when you are putting it, remind God that that money is representing your wealth. because you want him to be in total control of everything that you have. You are now practicalizing your prayer, putting it into practice, making God the head, giving him that chance to control your finances, everything that concerns your money. And I bet you that before anything tampers with your money, God will not even be there for anything to tamper with your money. It's not possible. I'm telling you people from experience. The last time I came up live, I told us that I'm going to give us a teaching about this topic now, on how to safeguard your money, on how to, involve God to take control of your money. I told us about that, but whenever I want to come up live to teach, I will always get this message to hold on, that I'm going to receive that teaching properly, that is going to give me what I'm going to teach you people properly. Now, 2 weeks ago, I had a revelation about a woman. I don't know the woman, I haven't seen her before, but God showed the woman to me, and that the woman will come to me to request for financial help, and that she will tell me that she and her children are dying of hunger, and that she'll be asking for money. And then God told me that my money, my wealth is in his hands, that everything that concerns my money is in his hands. The reason for the revelation is for me to be very careful, to be careful when the woman comes requesting for help. And that was 2 weeks ago. And this week, that revelation came to pass exactly the way God showed me. I went to shopping with my daughter. And ordinarily, I don't go out with cash. I don't like going out with cash. I prefer going out with my card. Whatever I buy, I pay with card. But this time around, I went out with cash, enough cash. And so while I stopped at the supermarket, I was still inside the car, counting the money. And my daughter told me to look outside, that there's a woman standing beside the window. And I looked and I saw the woman. She was just looking directly into the car, watching me counting the money. And so after counting the money, I got down from the car, and immediately the revelation came to my mind. Exactly the woman I saw with the same clothes that God showed me, that was exactly what this woman was putting on. Just the woman I saw in my revelation was the same woman I saw outside waiting for me. And the moment I got down, she greeted me and started begging me and told me that her children are dying of hunger, that she needs help financially, even if it's 200 naira. That was the exact amount that she mentioned, even if it's 200 naira. And the moment she said that, I told her, I know you. I know who you are. That before you come, I have seen you, that God showed everything concerning you to me. And I told her, I'm not going to give you this money. Because what God showed me was that if I should release a kobo, a note from my money, and give it to that woman, she's going to take it to their temple, and that will mean the end of everything concerning my wealth. That was the revelation. So when I started confronting the woman, she walked away immediately. She left. She walked away. So you can see how God's word has finally come to pass, that my wealth is in his hands. And it wasn't just an ordinary prayer that I said, no. From the beginning of this year, the first week of this year, the first week of January, that was when I said that prayer. I used my money as a representative of my wealth, and I prayed with that money for 7 good days. And I used that money to buy candles that would be needed in the altar of God. That was what I used the money for. And when presenting that candle, I told God that whenever that candle will be lighted and the prayers are being said, that I want him to take possession of my wealth. I want him to be in control of every money that I have, both the ones at bank and the ones at cash at hand, to take total control of my finances. And then he gave me that revelation and told me that my wealth is in his hands. And that is why I decided to come up live now, It doesn't take anything away from you. I'm not telling you to take your money to your pastor. I didn't say you should give your money to your pastor. I didn't say you should give your money to the Reverend Father. I didn't say you should use your money to feed the poor, to feed the hungry. No. It's either you put that money into the offering box. Whatever the church decides to do with the money is no longer your business. Or you use that money to buy whatever that the church needs. If you are a Christian, this time around I am talking to Christians. If you are a Christian and you still believe in the power of God, use that money to buy whatever that the church needs, or put that money into the offering box. That is all you need to do. Pray with that money for at least 7 days. Let that money represent your wealth for now and your wealth for future. And ask God to take total control of your wealth. And then this is how you are going to make use of it. Either to donate it or to use it to buy something for the church. And you are going to see how God will take proper control of your wealth, not just securing your wealth for you, but He's going to open so many avenues for you to see more money. Yes, as long as you have something doing, as long as you have something doing that generates income for you, whether you are a civil servant or a businessman or a businesswoman, whatever you are doing, but at least every now and then you look towards that your business, for you to get something from it. As long as you have something that gives you money every now and then, something legitimate, something genuine, you need to secure your wealth. It's not just to deposit your money into bank. It's not enough. Depositing it into the bank is not enough. Investing your money is still not enough. You can invest it, and if God is not with you, that investment will crash and you will start afresh. You can deposit your money in the bank, and if God is not with you, you'll be defrauded and your whole money will just vanish. So this is all you need to do. I didn't say you should give your money to anybody. No, pray with your money for 7 days. Use it to buy anything you feel like it can purchase for the church. If it cannot purchase anything for the church, use it as an offering. That is all you need to do. And your money will be secured. Not just securing your money, but avenues for you to see more money will be open. That door of wealth will be open. And let me tell us, whenever we talk about opening the doors of money, people always imagine that when that door is open, you will start seeing money in millions and in hundreds of millions. No, it's not that way. It doesn't work that way. When that door is open, you will be seeing money, but in little quantity. But they will keep on dropping, but they will never stop. It can be coming little by little, but will never stop. That's why they say little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. The money will be dropping little by little, but will never stop. And before you know it, it will start increasing. And as long as you are still working with God, it will keep on increasing. That is why it looks as if God is partial. It's not partial. It looks as if he favored some people and didn't favor some people. No. It depends on how you work with Him. It depends on your faith towards Him. Yes, there are times when we lose faith. Yes, because maybe you have prayed for too long and it looks as if He doesn't answer your prayers. It happens. It happens. But whenever it gets to that stage, I will want you to check and see if you have missed track. Because maybe you have actually missed the track and you are still praying, hoping that you will get there. Meanwhile, you are no longer following the right way. Because God can never be wrong. Whenever we get to that point where we now doubt everything, we need to check ourselves. The fault is always ours, can never come from God. It is always ours. Whenever you miss that track, your prayers will be so difficult to answer until you turn back and follow the right track. So if you want God to secure your future for you, because every time we always say, I want to secure the future for my children. Let me arrange everything for my children now so that in future they will not suffer. It's a very wonderful idea. But if God is not with them, no matter the wealth you have gathered now for your children, in future, those children will misuse that wealth and will still not do something meaningful out of it. So as we are securing that future for our children, we need to hand everything over to God. Let Him take control. Let Him secure that future for them. Let Him guide them. So whenever you are, I want to use this opportunity to advise us once more, because I know I always give this advice. I always give this teaching whenever it comes to help, rendering help. I don't support giving cash. I don't support it at all. Maybe the reason why God gave me this revelation is because I might be tempted to give out cash. Yes, because the woman saw me counting money. And I might be tempted to come down from the car and give her some money because she has already seen me. And that was why God gave me that revelation ahead of time, for me to be very careful. I don't support giving out cash. You really don't know whom you are giving that cash to. Even if that person is your friend, you really don't know what your friend can do with your money. Instead of giving out cash, I always advise people to transfer. Do transfer. There is always a difference between that transfer and the money that your hand has touched and you place that money into somebody else's hand. There's a great difference. If you transfer money into somebody's account, the person will have to go to the bank or to the POS, whichever one, to withdraw. The money they are withdrawing is no longer that one that you gave to them. They are withdrawing somebody else's money. But when you give them that money hand to hand, that one that your hand has touched, and you place it into their hands, it is so easy for them to do whatever they like with that money. They can do it against you or for you, whichever one. So in order to prevent that you render the help to somebody, and all of a sudden your business started crashing, you gave money to somebody, and all of a sudden you no longer receive, you don't have that favor anymore. You don't have the luck anymore. People no longer favor you. Nobody helps you, nothing. Just because you render the help by giving out cash. Please, it's because it can only start by giving out cash. The moment you stop giving out cash, people will find it so difficult to tamper with your finances. They will find it so difficult to do that. They can only succeed no matter the amount of money you have given out to them. No matter the amount. And for somebody who wants to harm you, they will start from the big amount, and before you know it, they will drop to the lowest. They can even request for 10 naira just for them to get that money from you. That money from you, that is all they need. So you have to be very careful. You not giving out cash to people is not wickedness. It doesn't mean that you are wicked. You are trying to be careful. That you are so powerful, that you are so prayerful, still doesn't make any meaning. If you really want to help somebody who is hungry, buy food for that person. If you want to help somebody who is naked, buy clothes for the person. If you want to help somebody who is sick, take the person to the hospital, pay the hospital bill. Do not give out cash. What you see with your ordinary eyes is not the way they are. They are more spiritually. There are more to see spiritually than physically. So I just want to give us this teaching now. And for you to secure that your wealth for future purposes, not really for now, for future purposes, please hand that wealth over to God. Not just by praying and calling on Him to come and take control. Put it into practice. Use that money to buy something for the church, or use it as an offering after praying with that money for 7 days. Please, I didn't say you should hand the money to your pastor. I did not say that. I know that the money you put into the offering box, that is still the pastor or the priest will use it, yes, but put it inside that offering box. Make sure that you mention you are giving the money to God. Don't place it into anybody's hands. Don't give it to anybody. I'm not saying your pastor or your priest is going to use that money against you. No. But do not place it into anybody's hand. No. Don't use it to show off. No. Put it into the offering box or use it to buy something for the church. That is all you need to do. Pray with it for 7 days, at least 7 days. Call on God to take control, using that money as a representative of your wealth from now till the future. And then you do this. I'm telling you that God will take proper control and absolute control. Of course, He is God. The moment you hand this over to Him, He's going to take proper control of everything that concerns you. That even if people feel like defrauding you, that little you have, they want to defraud you, it will not work. He must notify you so that you'll be at alert. And if you want to, if something is about to happen that will make you lose your wealth, your money, He will not allow that, because He's now in control of that money. Because if anything happens to that money, of course, as human beings, we are going to ask questions. I gave this thing over to God. Why is this thing happening? And because you have given that thing over to Him, He will not allow anything to happen, except when He gives you order, when He shows you things that are about to happen and tells you to do this, to do that, and you refuse not to do it and do it your way. That is when you will still get bad news. So to secure your wealth for now and for future purposes, just do this. Okay? Just do this. So if you have another question to ask, write down your questions. Write down your questions. Son of Abraham wrote, doubt because prayers don't get answered. Maybe let me understand that you are saying that when you are doubting this teaching because prayers don't get answered. Of course, son of Abraham, you are 100% right. Do you know why? Because that spirit of doubt is covering you. And that is why you will never get any answer to your prayers. You are already doubting the supremacy of God. You are doubting His powers. You are doubting His existence. You are being caged by the spirit of doubt. And so for your prayers to be answered, it is so difficult. It will be so. You are 100% right. Yes. You are doubting because your prayers don't get answered. Yes, because that spirit of doubt is caging you. So you will have to free yourself from that spirit of doubt. Nobody will do it for you. You don't need any deliverance. If anybody tells you to come to the church and you'll be delivered from that spirit of doubt, it's a lie. You are the one that will deliver yourself from that spirit of doubt. Yes, it's in your mind. It's your mindset. Okay? It has nothing to do with prayers and spirituality and whatsoever. It's your mindset. You change your mindset. It's just like someone who is filled with negativity. Every morning, whenever you wake up, your first thing you do is to sigh. And the first statement you're going to make is, I don't know how today will be. Will it be good for me? I don't know. If I go there, will I get it? I don't know. You keep on, proclaiming negative words. If you go out that day and come back, everything about your movement that day will all be negative. Yes, you started that day with negativity. And of course, the day will end with negativity. So it's as simple as that. There is no magic in this thing. Okay, this is nature at work. It's nature at work. So for whoever who is having doubt about the powers of God, and if He can answer prayers, if you have that doubt, you are 100% right. He's not going to answer your prayer. Yeah, you can't serve two masters at a time. It's either you focus on Him wholeheartedly, or you turn the other way around and focus there. You can't eat your cake and have it. You can't grab here and grab here. No, you choose one. So if you have that doubt, you are 100% right. It's not going to work for you. He won't secure your wealth. He won't even come in anything that concerns you, in your affairs. All right? So for you to get whatever you want, free yourself from that spirit of doubt. So I'm waiting for your questions. If you have any question to ask, you write your questions down. Write down your questions if you have any. Luke LaJoy, I just repeated, I believe you heard the last teaching that I gave. It's all about securing your wealth for future, not really for now, for future. For future. Whatever we are doing is for the future, not actually now. We can manage for now. A lot of people are starving. Doesn't mean that they don't have it. They have it, but they are saving for the future. So my teaching is based on securing your wealth for future. Just get any denomination of your choice, the currency you are using, any denomination, pray with it for 7 days, at least for 7 days. And after that prayer, it's either you use that money as an offering in your own church, or you use the money to buy anything that the church needs. The church that uses candles whenever they are praying, candle is the most commonest item that anybody can provide for the church. So you can use it. Use your money to buy that candle for your church if your church is making use of your candle, or you donate that money as an offering. Don't give the money to your pastor. Please, don't place it into anybody's hands. Don't give it to somebody and telling the person that you are giving it to God so that God, no. This is now a business between you and God direct. Don't give it to anybody to give to God for you. No. Give it by yourself. Okay? Write down your questions if you have any. Thank you, Ejima. You are welcome. IBJN, okay. Can I do sand and salt spiritual work in the afternoon? Yes, you can. You can do it. Sand and salt spiritual work. You can do it in the morning, you can do it in the afternoon, you can do it in the evening. At least before 7 p.m. Barbara, giving to an orphanage is a charity work. I am not talking about charity work now. I'm talking about giving to the church. That is what I'm talking about. Giving to an orphanage is a charity work. You want to do a charity work. That one is totally different from the teaching that I'm giving now. I'm talking about giving to the church. Yes, the church is owned by everybody, not that priest on the altar. It's owned by everybody. And if you want the church of God to move ahead, you give from your heart. It's not by force. Okay, so keep your questions coming if you have any. Kwuo eziokwu, I'm Igbo and I know how to pronounce Igbo very well, but I don't understand this your name. Okay, how can I communicate with God at midnight and know He answers me? You don't really need to communicate with God at midnight only. Even in the morning, in the afternoon, no matter the time, if you want to communicate with God and know if God answers you, you will have to do that in a separate place where there is no noise. Yes, where there is no noise. When you are praying, if it's in your room, you have to be in that room alone. If you are staying with people, at least whenever you are about to pray, you tell them not to come in so that they will not distract you. You really don't need any noise when you want to say that kind of prayer. You have to be alone. And when you are praying, you don't just keep on praying for a very long time without pausing to listen. No. When you pray, you pause, you listen and think about what you've said. Whenever you are praying, after some time, you will hold on. Don't talk anymore. You hold on and wait. It doesn't mean that you will hear God's voice the way we hear people's voice. No. But at that moment, if you are truly in the spirit, at that moment, that is when you will get messages. At that moment. And I'm going to tell you how God speaks to people. For those of us who cannot hear Him direct. There are times when you will be in the spirit praying, and after some time, you keep quiet. You keep quiet. And before you know it, you may think that your mind is wandering from place to place. Maybe you start thinking about you going to this place you saying this thing to this person replying you this way, telling you to do this, and at the end of the day, this is the result. Whenever such things comes into your head, it is God talking to you. It is not you thinking about that thing. It is not you thinking about that thing. When you are in the spirit praying, after some time, you remain quiet. Silence means a lot whenever you are praying. Whenever you are praying, silence means a lot. At that time, you have to be quiet and listen. If you are spiritually gifted, you will know, you will feel the presence of the Holy Spirit. And whenever you feel the presence of the Holy Spirit, you will know that God is there. The physical example that I want to give us, there are times when you will be praying, and after some time, you will feel goosebumps all over your body. Whenever you feel that goosebumps all over your body, the Holy Spirit is there. Your prayers has already been heard and answered. Now, the manifestation is what you are going to be looking out for. So when you are praying, you will have to zero your mind. Not when you are praying, you start thinking about your problem, about what you are going to do the following day, about a problem that has already happened like yesterday, and you are praying today, and you are thinking about that problem, thinking about how to solve it. Yet there is no way, you will be actually in the spirit. So when you are praying, zero your mind like there is nobody on earth. Let me put it this way, that you are the only person on earth, nobody except you. When you are praying, at that moment, after some time, remain quiet. If you remain quiet, you are going to hear or you are going to receive answers to your prayers. You will know. But a lot of people cannot really tell when their prayers are answered because you are praying, your phone rang, you went to check who is calling on you. You are praying and your phone beeps and you decide to check the message. It doesn't work that way at all. So you have to put everything behind you. Whenever I want to pray, all my phones will go silent. I'll put them on flight mode or I will remove their ringing tone entirely. And I will face it down so that even if it's vibrating or whatsoever, I will not be tempted to look at it. Because I want to concentrate every now and then so that I will know when I get messages. All right? So that is how you know when your prayers are being answered. Okay, look, spiritual births, like how I do mine, I do it the first week of every month. That's what I do, the first week of every month, especially when it comes to salt beds. I don't do salt beds like daily, no. I do it every month, the first week of every month. But for other spiritual products, like spiritual soaps, St. Michael's perfume, I use them daily. So it depends on how you want to use yours. So keep your questions coming. Keep your questions coming if you have any. Thank you, Luke. And Bro Eziobu, thank you so much. Keep your questions coming if you have any. Please endeavor to share this live for me, please. If you are here tonight, just one tap. Help me to share the live and double tap your screen to like. Okay, let me put on this live. So, Kwezob, I just saw your message right now. You said, how powerful is salt, water, and alligator pepper? Salt and water, yes. Alligator pepper, yes, but you don't use them together. It's either you use salt and water for cleansing, or you use alligator pepper for cleansing. It's not something you combine both of them together. Okay? Salt and water is the normal cleansing bed. Everybody knows that you can do, whenever you like. Now, alligator pepper is a cleanser, yes, and it equally drives away negative forces. And alligator pepper is mainly used whenever you are done with your spiritual exercises, when you are done with your spiritual exercises, you can use alligator pepper to cleanse your body there and then. You get either 7 seeds or 14 seeds, and then you speak words into that alligator pepper. You rub it from your hair down to the soles of your feet. While you are rubbing it, you keep on saying whatever you want, removing the negative effect of that spiritual exercise from your body, because spiritual exercises, after performing them, we always get negative effects. So to remove that negative effect, you use that alligator pepper to cleanse your body. And if you are going to somewhere, assuming you are a civil servant or you have a business premises and you are not sure of your neighbor, you are not sure of anybody, whenever you get there, after your prayers, take out 7 seeds of alligator pepper, speak to that alligator pepper, and after that prayer, pour it away. Just pour it in front of that your business premises. Or you can sprinkle it inside that your office. At least nobody sees alligator pepper, they are too tiny. Okay, so once you do this, if anybody decides to come into that premises with something negative, the alligator pepper there will not allow that the effect of that thing to manifest. So you use alligator pepper to cleanse your body, removing the negative effects that will come after you after spiritual exercises, or to drive away some negative effects that somebody must have come into your place with. And then the salt and the water is the normal cleansing beds that you can do at any time you like. Yes, look, full moon. I've given this teaching a long time ago. Using the full moon to pray. I think now we have the full moon, yes, or I think it's gone. I'm not really sure if it's over, but when you want to pray with the full moon, of course, you will have to wait until the moon is out. Okay? Now, this is what I do whenever I want to pray with the moon. I'm not praying with the moon like, hey, the moon is out, so let me go and pray with the moon. No. If there is a particular spiritual exercise that I want to perform using the full moon, then I will have to wait until the full moon is out. And then for me to do that spiritual exercise, I must go out with candle. And I must go out with a bowl of water. At least these 2 items. The candle, the lighted candle, and a bowl of water. There was a picture I posted on my page about candles surrounding a bowl of water. I performed that spiritual exercise using the full moon. And then to say your prayers whatsoever you want. And after that prayer, you will have to leave that water there, leave the candle there. Of course, the candle will burn until they are completely over. And then you leave the water there until dawn. Once the morning comes, you take that water outside and make your final declaration of how you want everything to be, and then you pour that water away. I pray at night depending on my mood. Depending on my mood. There is no specific time for my prayers, but at least I do pray before 11 p.m. But except when I have a midnight prayer. If I don't have any midnight prayer, I pray before 11 p.m. It can be any time, as from 8 o'clock, 9, 10. That's when I pray at night. Okay, you are welcome. So let's keep our questions coming, please. If you have any question to ask, bring up your questions. Bring up your questions. Let's keep our questions coming. Please help me to share this live, okay? Just one tap on your screen. One tap on the share button to share this live. And double tap your screen to like. Double tap your screen to like if you really like this page, and if you really like the teaching so far, double tap your screen to like. IBJN, you have a question above. Thank you, Luke, for the gift. God bless you. Does pouring libation in the course of spiritual work negate religious beliefs? Churches churches do not agree in the pouring of libation, yes, because they believe that pouring of libation is idolatry. That is the church's belief. They believe that pouring libation is idolatry. But if you have ever noticed of recent, the churches have started welcoming some of our traditions, because pouring of libation is our tradition. It's our tradition. But initially, the church saw it as something bad, as something evil. But of recent, if you have ever attended any occasion that both the church and the communities decide to hold together, you will notice that pouring of libation still goes on. And the church has started accepting it gradually. Not all churches, gradually. I was even surprised when I traveled to the village during the New Yam Festival. The beginning of the ceremony was held in the church premises, in the church compound, with the priest and the people of tradition. Everybody gathered together. And after the prayers, the libation was poured. I was shocked to see that the libation was poured. And I have come to notice that the churches, all those things that they saw initially as evil, they have started noticing that all of them are not evil. So although there are some churches that do not agree to this pouring of libation, but in Igbo land, if you are a traditional man or a traditional woman, or you believe in all our culture, pouring of libation is not a crime. It is not a crime. Okay? So it depends on one's belief. That's how I will put it. So keep your questions coming. Keep your questions coming. If you have any question to ask, keep your questions coming. I have just 5 minutes left. I have 5 minutes left. Help me to share this live and double tap your screen to like. Double tap your screen to like and help me to share this live. I'm still waiting for your questions, but if there are no more questions coming up, then I will have to end this live. Any question at all, it doesn't have to be this particular teaching. Chemistical, good evening. You are welcome. It doesn't have to be this particular teaching. Any question, as long as it has to do with spiritual issues, write down your question. Write down your question if you have any. Akubo, good evening. You are welcome. And thank you for joining. Look, cleansing of one's aura is mainly effective with the use of spiritual products. Cleansing of one's aura. You can do that using spiritual products together with your prayers. Spiritual souls, so many of them, that will help to clear that aura from negative to positive together with your prayers. Akwatuegu, good evening, and thank you for joining. Any question before I end the live? Any other question? Okay, so I will have to end this live now. And next time somebody asks a question about full moon, I'm going to, elaborate that teaching on full moon, especially using full moon to fight your enemies. Using full moon to fight your enemies. That will be my next teaching. So when you are coming up live next time, know that our topic is going to be on using the full moon to fight your enemies. So I'm going to teach us everything about that. Okay? So let me end the live tonight, and I want to thank everybody for joining us so far. Thank you all so very much. For those who liked this live, thank you so much. And those who shared, God bless you. For my gifter, Luke, God bless you abundantly. And I'm going to see us next time. Okay? But until that time, have a wonderful night. Good night, and God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you, Rita, so much for the gift. God bless you. I'm going to see us next time. Thank you so much.